Yo, welcome into the DFS Huddle. Kyle Proviance, Erik Toft. We're going to go over Thursday Night Football, Week 3. First thing I want to say, sorry, we didn't have any stuff for last week. We did on the Patreon. The link's down there. If that ever happens, sometimes scheduling, and I felt like shit. I hurt my back, really, and just didn't feel like doing videos, so it's going to happen. But we always have lineups and our thoughts and ranking, all that stuff on our Patreon. Click that link video description below. But sorry about all that. Now we get into Week 4. It's weird. Like a month ago, we hadn't even started. We were still a week out from kickoff. We're already to Week 4. It's crazy. It goes by fast, man. How you doing? How was your Week 3? Week 3 was a mixed bag for me. CeeDee Lamb getting hurt. I had really good millionaire lineups going with Taylor and Buccaneers defense and Jordan Mason and all this stuff. And then unfortunately, CeeDee Lamb got hurt, but it's still cash. But I don't know. The NFL's kind of drunk right now. What do you think? That's what I think. That's my take. NFL's drunk.
DFS was good. Cash Thursday, cash Sunday, cash Sunday night. Monday, completely misread the game. Didn't get it in. Was a good Sunday overall. Hit the Browns money line. The round robin I posted there.
I killed my 4-team teaser.
The round robin almost got home because it was Browns money line, Jets money line, Bears money line, and Texans money line, and all 4 of those teams are in a position to win. So, but still, since the Browns and the Bears won, still made some money on it. Profitable week both in betting and DFS. So hopefully we can keep it going. Thursday night's been good, so hopefully we can keep going with Thursday night.
I like Sunday nights too. It's been the sweet. Got Tyquan Thornton captain last week. That's been the sweet spot.
By you. That was
I love the Sunday nights. I mean, basically, the strategy is we're trying to win here. We're not trying to just we want to be in. We're trying to do something different here, and those cheap guys allowing you to make those lineups just real close to the big money there. That's what we're trying to do here. This game. So we've got Seattle and Arizona. Terrible football game. Short week. Obviously, the story coming in. James Conner is going to be out for the rest of the year. Of course, because he's on my other fantasy teams. I had a lot of James Conner as well. I create a lot of injuries. I feel bad for some of the players that I play. But so now it's going to be Trey Benson, and we'll get to all that. So this slate overall, Erik, just kind of looking at it, not being all crazy. We don't have to go, this wide receiver. That when you're looking at the cheap options to put at captain, right? Like Torrey Horton, Zach Charbonnet are down there, right? 5,800, 5,400. Charbonnet is interesting to me. He was hurt last week. He doesn't even carry an injury designation anymore. On the short week, makes me think you could see some Charbonnet. But then I look at these 2 kickers, and I look at these 2 offenses that are pretty anemic. I know the Seahawks looked good against the Saints. I mean, all these NFC West teams have gotten a chance, except for the Rams, to pick on the Saints, right? So the Cardinals defense has sort of faced the Saints and the 49ers with Mac Jones. The Seahawks got beat by an injury-plagued 49ers, and then they get to beat up on the Saints. So it's I look at these kickers averaging about 10 points a game, and they're cheap. And I'm like, God, do we consider a kicker at captain? Because I could see this game being one of these awful 14-9, 15-9, 8 field goals kicked. What do you think overall on this slate?
I mean, I like the idea, with the kicker. Definitely, in a tournament setting. That could definitely get it home. Myers and Raylan, both excellent options. Charbonnet is interesting. The injury just kind of happened out of the blue. Part of me has the thought process where they hey, you know what? We'll one rocker a lot against the Saints. We have the Cards. Are we gonna just put Charbonnet there so that that way he's fresh going in to the game? It wouldn't surprise me if he got a little bit more of the workload than what we saw.
Erik, in these single game slates, we're looking number 2 running backs. Look at last night. David Montgomery was the nuts, right? You look Sunday night, Cam Scatterbo, even though he's sort of 1A, 1B with Tyrone Tracy, we're sort of seeing the number 2 backs emerge a lot. So guys like Charbonnet and Eddie DeMarcado is going to be the number 2 for the Cardinals now. What about those 2 guys cheap down there?
I like Eddie. He's definitely going to be the receiving back. He's going to be more of the third down option. Trey Benson was the third down. I think he's just going to go into the Connor role where he's getting 65% of the work, and in the DraftKings setting where you get a point PPR. DeMarcado is very interesting. the one guy that's kind of interesting is a little priced up, just kind of looking at like where the grades are for all these teams. DVOA, we got a good setting. Arizona is 6th against wide receiver one's DVOA, 23rd against wide receiver two, possibly a Cooper Kupp. You mentioned Horton. Horton scored in back-to-back games. Wide receiver three is Arizona is 32nd DVOA. And when we kind of look at their personnel, I mean, nothing real. You have Burke, you have Melton, Thompson, and I mean, Budda Baker, I feel, is getting a lot of credit on name alone at this point of his career. I think that one is a little bit interesting. I think they're going to scheme to take JSN away. JSN has been such a target hound. Cooper Kupp and Horton are interesting to me in that captain spot. And then same thing on the Arizona side. When we look at it, Seattle, 2nd DVOA against wide receiver ones, 13 wide receiver twos, but 13th against tight ends, but 20th against wide receiver threes.
They're allowing the most fantasy points to opposing tight ends right now. The DraftKings points are the Seattle Seahawks. So Trey McBride's interesting there. Hasn't really gone off yet. Does have a touchdown, but he could be interesting.
What about Michael Wilson?
I'm glad you brought him up. So Zay Jones played 33 snaps. He's essentially the wide receiver too, but he's done nothing yet. Zay Jones played 33 snaps as well, had 3 targets too. He left the game with a concussion. He's probably not going to play on Thursday. Zay Jones, I would be surprised if on the short week, with concussion protocol, it's going to be tough for him to play. So Michael Wilson, and what about Greg Dortch? They'll throw this guy out there. He returns kicks, but with no Zay Jones, there's got to be a receiver taking up those 33 snaps. Do they give more to Michael Wilson? But still, if they want to run 3 wides, I think Greg Dortch has to be it there. And the other guy, I would say, we sort of saw him against Carolina, had a couple big plays. Elijah Higgins, the 2nd tight end for Arizona. I mean, are we getting too cute there? But these are some salary savers that I'm looking at, because we're going to be paying up for Kyler, captain maybe. When you quarterbacks wise, Sam Darnold, I mean, it's all Kyler Murray for me. But really, when you look, he's only averaging a couple more points per game than Sam Darnold. The offense hasn't done much. The Seattle, I don't know what to make of it, but the rushing upside is going to Kyler Murray and maybe the captain upside. All it takes is a rushing touchdown or something by him if he sort of takes the ball into his hands without James Conner, right, and runs it more. What do we think there?
I mean, Kyler Murray is always going to be interesting because there's rushing upside.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold's interesting because when you kind of step back and look at his body of work, last week was against the Saints. The Saints have been putrid. The week before was against the Steelers. Name brand, you're like, oh shit, you put up good numbers against the Steelers. But when you dive into it, the Steelers can't stop shit. This is not the Steelers defense that you and I grew up on. And then I'm spacing on who they played in week 1. They played against the 49ers. And when we look at these numbers, they weren't really that good against the 49ers. Is that who Sam Darnold is? Or is, you know what I mean? Are the last 2 games who Sam Darnold is? Because he was 16 for 23 against the Seahawks. Oh, no, against the 49ers, excuse me. So Darnold, I'm not really that intrigued about. The one name I want to throw out to you, now, obviously, this is if Charbonnet does not go. What about George Holandi?
Yeah, I'm not going. They just had this situation last week, and it was basically just Kenneth Walker, and they brought up what's his name, Wright, right? And what did Holandi get? I mean, he didn't do much.
He had 10 carries.
10 carries. Yeah, he did have 10 carries. I think Charbonnet's going to play. So once Charbonnet's playing, he's if for some reason Charbonnet's out, I suppose, with the 10 carries. I don't hate that. I don't hate that. Let's talk about Cooper Kupp for 1 second here. So I love Jackson Smith and Jigba. He's certainly captain potential. If you want to build a lineup that way, you're going to have to get cute. But Jackson Smith and Jigba, target monster. Arizona has actually been struggling fantasy points wise against wide receivers. So I think it makes sense there. They're allowing the 7th or 8th most, I think, DraftKings points in full PPR scoring to opposing wide receivers through 3 weeks. Jackson Smith and Jigba. But Cooper Kupp, 9 targets week 2, kind of fell off last week. He's a salary saver. And again, Arizona's defense is all right, and they're going to come in knowing that Smith and Jigba's their guy. So we see this time and time again, right? The team tries to take away their best option. And then the guy we didn't, Mark Andrews yesterday had 2 catches all year, goes fucking crazy last night. Rashad Bateman, fucking nothing, goes fucking crazy last night because they're covering Zay Flowers. So I do think Cooper Kupp could be one of those guys who goes off tomorrow because everyone's overlooking Cooper Kupp, paying attention to Jackson Smith and Jigba, paying attention to that running game, which the Cardinals have been fairly decent against. I mean, actually, no, not really, but not the worst. What do we think here, Cooper Kupp? He's a little salary saver, 7,000 DraftKings.
Love Cooper
Yeah.
Kupp. I mean, I think, when you look at it, Arizona, 23rd defending wide receiver twos. So I definitely think that's definitely a look. They'll probably look to take JSN away. And JSN, he has been a target hound going into this.
Yeah, agreed. What about defenses? So Seattle's defense went completely bonkers last week. I had them in the afternoon slate. Obviously, a lot of people, 35% ownership, I want to say they went crazy against the Saints. The Cardinals defense, look, they only allowed 16 points to McCorkle Jones, and the week before it was, the 49ers. Who did they play?
They played Seattle week 1, and they played the Panthers week 2. And that was that freaky game where they kind of stepped off the gas a little bit. And when they stepped off the gas, the Panthers were able to make that run. So, I mean,
right. And then Seattle played Pittsburgh. And so the nine targets against Pittsburgh, I think, is encouraging for Cooper Kupp, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, but it's going to be weird. Like, so far, Pittsburgh's defense, to me, it has been dog shit. It's been just dog shit this year. So it's going to be, I don't know. Like, I would shy away from JSN in your captain spot. Like, I would look for a Cooper Kupp. In it, I guess we have to talk about the elephant in the room. Marvin, I can't catch a ball. Harrison
still averaging 10 points a week, still getting targeted. 17 times through 3 weeks. So again, it's not like they're going to stop throwing on the ball. Now Seattle's been good fantasy wise against. You mentioned wide receivers, second fewest fantasy points, but again, look at who they've played. So it's sort of with a grain of salt there. I think I'm looking at the Arizona passing game and the Seattle running game. If I'm looking, I think Seattle's going to have to their strength against the weakness of the Cardinals passing defense. So I think the Cardinals are going to have to, or the Seahawks are going to throw it.
Is there I've been the biggest Kenneth Walker guy. I've been Kenneth Walker, everything, blah, 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 blah. I feel I'm not going to have him in my lineups this week.
I think Charbonnet is going to eat too much in. I think it's going to be the Charbonnet show. I'm going to play Charbonnet for sure. Just a lot cheaper, and I think it'll be pretty 50-50, especially with the short week. So any interest in either defense?
I'll be honest, no.
Man, I just have a bad feeling. We're going to be going into the half. It's going to be 6-3 with 3 field goals. It's going to be 4 sacks, and it's just going to be nothing by anyone else. And it's just going to fucking piss me off. But you never know. This is a tough slate. Again, for me, spend down captain, just kind of wrapping things up. I agree. Cooper Kupp, you can get him for 10-5 at the captain spot. That's below Harrison, Benson, McBride, Darnold. I think Trey McBride's absolutely in consideration. I like him more than Njigba, Murray, Walker, or Darnold in terms of the captain spot there. Going a little bit further down, I think Torrey Horton, obviously we saw him blow up, and he might be more popular than he should be. We'll see how he's targeted. Down to Charbonnet. I might go the kickers. I'm not sure yet. But then for me, Michael Wilson, you talked about it, down here at 5,100, I think makes a ton of sense. And maybe these damn kickers, Michael Wilson, Greg Dortch with Zay Jones being on the shelf, I think could be interesting. Maybe some Elijah Higgins.
I love the Dortch look. I think that's going to kind of be the Ferrari guy. And there's all these injuries, and we get so caught up. When it's a standalone Sunday and player X gets hurt, we notice it. But when there's all those things going on Sunday, Like I completely forgot Zay Jones got hurt. Completely
Right.
forgot. So that's a good pickup by you.
Yeah, Zay. So I think there's some salary savers there with the Cardinals. DeMarcado, Wilson, Dortch, and Higgins, I think, are all live. And then sort of the kickers are live as well. And then Charbonnet, like I said, for me, if for whatever reason Charbonnet, that foot injury comes back up, he doesn't play, then maybe George Holani. But for the Seahawks, the lowest I would really go for me is Charbonnet and the kickers. And then the value is for me is at the Cardinals. Any last thoughts here? And we'll get everyone out of here. Thursday Night Football. Remind everyone, please like, subscribe, click the link, check out the Patreons. $15 a month, 50 cents a day. It's where all of our lineups and bets and all sorts of shits in there. It's just every day there's different sports, all sorts of things. Winners, losers. We're not millionaires, and we win some, we lose some, but all the stuff's in there. All the work is in there. What do you think overall? How are you going to approach this slate?
I'm definitely going to be on the Cardinals for the game. I'm I definitely like the favorites. Gonna kind of see what the Dortch and the Wilson props are. Kind of look a little bit there in terms of the DFS thing. I think I'm either gonna go with Cooper Kupp on my captain spot. That's kind of where my head is right now. If I had to make a lineup as we're sitting here and recording on Tuesday night, that's what I would do.
Erik's 50-50s, by the way, have been absolutely red hot, like top 20, like not even question. They're just way up there. You could play them in tournaments and they would do well. So check that out. Patreon's in the link. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Follow us on Twitter. We really appreciate that. We'll be back. So I'm going to throw this out Wednesday. We'll be back on Friday, Saturday, or Friday night. We'll have our main slate stuff for the main slate. And then Monday night we'll be back. So all the normal stuff back this week. We appreciate you guys so much. For myself and Erik, have a great rest of your week. And, of course, good luck on all your future wagers.